say I'm really sorry if I've not been putting many videos up. This last weekend I did have a very emotional. I just couldn't focus on things because I was really emotional because my teacher, her name was Miss Ruby Wakely. She left on Friday, and it's really different with her, and school doesn't seem the same. It's nice, but it seems nicer with her. So I miss her, and because she was like a best friend to me. I even called her my mum because I done a leaving video for her, and I called her my mum, and I think I made her cry. I don't know. I mean, imagine if she's watching this video, but anyway, I hope she is doing well, coping well, and I hope her new job goes well because she's gone to a new job, and that and I'm sorry if it's just I couldn't really focus in the weekend. My mind was just all over the place, mentally, physically. I didn't even feel like eating because I just felt so sick, and I felt emotional, especially seeing them photos, but hopefully I will see her again in the future, and if you're watching this, Miss Wakely, which I guess you will probably not, I hope you're doing well and have a good job. So yeah, but anyway, let's move on to the game. One thing that did make me happy is that we got to the final of the FA Cup, and now we're playing Man City. That's going to be a tough game, but I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be on June the 3rd. And it will help. If we beat them, we'll stop them winning the treble, which will be very good. So hopefully we can beat them. But we're playing Spurs tomorrow on Thursday, and I think we got a beating of Spurs. I do not think Spurs are that good. I think they're really vulnerable. They just look out of place. They got smashed by Newcastle 6-1, so I think we should beat them. I won't say 4-0 or 3-0. I'd say 2-0. I think we'll beat them 2-0. I think they're just in a bad run of form, like really bad, and they're just low of confidence. And I don't think we're as much as we're in high confidence as we were before, but we're still good enough to beat them. So I think we will beat them. But the maybe concerning bit is that Bruno is out of the game. And that's going to be a big loss because we know how big Bruno is to that team. Without Bruno, we seem to collapse as a team, but hopefully that doesn't happen. So I think if Bruno's injured, which I think he is, we should play Stabiliza, and then I won't play Eriksen in midfield because you'll get dominated, because Spurs are not too bad. They're not like a Nottingham Forest. They're still capable. They've still got players that can hurt you, like Kane and Son and Kuleveski and Højbjerg and Bentancur. Is it Bentancur? Bentancur and is it Pulisic or something? Luis. I know Luis doesn't play, but he is a good player and a good goalie. But yeah, I think we should win this game, but I think we should play Fred in midfield because I don't think Eriksen is good at defending, and we do need to defend in this game because it's not like Spurs are really bad. They're still capable of getting a result against Man U. I just think we're in more confidence in them, and I'm confident that we'll win because we do have good players still, like Casemiro, Rashford, Luke Shaw. Yes, we don't have Varane and Martinez, but I think that's enough to win. And we don't have Bruno, but I think that's enough to win. We just have to make sure we don't drop our heads, and we have to make sure that captain responds and doesn't play silly games like, I don't know. But one thing I have to give is don't play Maguire, play Luke Shaw and Lindelof, because they were absolutely brilliant against Brighton. I thought we were really stable defensively. I know Brighton had lots of shots. I know they had lots of possession. I know they had lots of chances, but that defence was absolutely brilliant against Brighton, so I think that defence deserves to play against Spurs. So I hope Ten Hag plays that defence against Spurs, because if we got Lindelof and Maguire now, I'm worried, because we don't know what we're going to get from them. I know it's not Lindelof that's the problem, it's Maguire. He's way too slow for this league. He's just so slow, and he's not going to get any better because he's just so slow. He can't. He's got very bad agility. He can't turn very well. He's clunky. He's rusty. Sorry, Maguire. I'm not trying to be rude to you, but I don't think you're a good player. I don't think you're a good player because, and I don't mean to be rude, but it's just because you're too slow for the Premier League. So, but. He's not a terrible player, but I think he's a bench player at most with the Premier League clubs, but because he's just too slow for this league. So yeah, play Luke Shaw and Lindelof, because I know Lindelof's slow, but he's not really slow, and he's good on the ball. He's quite good in the air as well. And then Luke Shaw, you get all three. He's quite fast. He's good on the ball. He's got good physicality, and he's good in the air as well because he's like 6 foot. So yeah, play Luke Shaw and Lindelof again. They deserve to start, because I think we should play these until the end of the season now, because I doubt Varane and Martinez will be back for the rest of the season now. So it will have to be probably Luke Shaw and Lindelof, but don't play Maguire, because I know Maguire's the captain, but I just think that team will collapse if he goes back in the team, because you know what happened with Sevilla. We lost 3-0 because Maguire just kept making bad mistakes, and David De Gea, and he was just slow. So yeah, play Lindelof and Luke Shaw, and then at left back go Dalot again and Wan-Bissaka, and then centre defence mid go Casemiro and then Fred. And then Stabitzer centre attack mid, and then Anthony right wing, Rashford left wing, and then Martial striker. But I think Ten Hag will go like this. I think he'll go David De Gea. I think he'll still play Dalot, but then I think he'll play Maguire and Lindelof, and then I think he'll play Luke Shaw, and then I think he'll play Eriksen, Casemiro, Anthony, Rashford, Stabitzer and Martial. So I mean, it's kind of the same, but it just needs to take Maguire out and take Eriksen out for Fred, because I know Eriksen is not a bad player, but he's just not very good defensively, and we're going to get absolutely swamped if we play that midfield again, because that midfield didn't work against Brighton. It got swamped. We were lucky. We should have been. I mean, we could have lost that. We could have been talking being knocked out by Brighton, because they did dominate us that first half. But then when we got Fred on, we controlled that midfield, controlled better with that midfield, and we started creating lots of chances. So yeah, play that midfield against Spurs. Play Fred and Casemiro, because at least you get the tenacity. Because I know with Eriksen you get the work ethic and you get the thing, but he's a bit weak. He's not really strong. He's weak. He can get pushed off the ball easily, and you don't want that to be happening with strong players like Højbjerg and Ben. I can't say his name. Bentancur. Yeah, Bentancur. But yeah, I think we'll win 2-0. I think we can beat Spurs. I think they're low of confidence. I think they're really struggling at the moment. I think they've only taken, is it 6 out of 15 or something, or I need to check, but I think they've taken not many points at all. They look really low confidence. They look shaky at the back. They got absolutely smacked by Newcastle. They've sacked their manager. Well, not in interim. It's Stanley, yeah. Now Ryan Mason's their manager. Let's see how he does, but I don't think it'll make a difference. I think Man United can win this because they did dominate them at Old Trafford last year. We had like 25 shots win it and then 60 possession. So yeah, I think we will win this. I'll go 2-0 and yeah. But if we win this, we go third, so that would be good. But so yeah, that's what Eric Ten Hag needs to do. He needs to play Luke Shaw and Lindelof in centre back, and then he needs to play Fred instead of Eriksen, because that midfield clearly didn't work against Brighton, and we're going to get punished if we play that midfield again. So we need to play Fred and Casemiro. Eriksen can still play with Casemiro, but maybe only against weaker teams, because you don't need to rely on the midfield that much, but with the bigger teams you do, because they will win the midfield battle and dominate you like that. So yeah, so and also I think he needs to play Luke Shaw and set the Lindelof at centre back, and then Dalot and Wan-Bissaka again, because I thought that defence was really good. And then if Fernandez is not there, I think he should play Stabitzer at Cam. So, but anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, and feel free to subscribe as well. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. It's a bit dark at the moment, but I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. Hang on, my camera's playing up a bit. Hang on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, so good night everyone. Have a good evening, and I'll see you next time.